Hello, today we're going to talk about the top 10 global events that occurred in 2022, so let's get started. Iran was one of the places that drew attention this year due to the strict dress code laws that are in place there. Therefore, you must be aware of the local dress code if you intend to visit Iran. One must always wear hijab in public places, but did you know that even a little infraction of these dress standards could result in a female losing her life? We feel shockwaves just imagining the same, am I right? This truly occurred in Iran, where the protests started in September after Mahsa Amini, a young Kurdish-Iranian lady visiting Iran's capital city, was detained by Tehran's morality police for not properly covering her hair. Amini died while being held by police. Hundreds of people gathered to protest against Iran's oppression of women and her death. Around 450 demonstrators were slain by security forces in the streets of Iran this year, and public trial of the protesters got underway. The UK has dominated news coverage in 2022 as a result of losing its longest-reigning monarch and having 3 prime ministers in a single calendar year. The beginning of it all was the resignation of former Prime Minister Boris Johnson on July 7 due to allegations of involvement in multiple scandals. The new leader of the Conservative Party is Liz Truss, who defeated Indian-origin MP Rishi Sunak in a leadership contest. Truss assumed leadership with lofty promises of tax reduction, but things didn't work out as planned, and she lost the backing of other MPs. In the end, King Charles III allowed Sunak to form a government after Truss resigned in October, making him the UK's first Prime Minister of Indian descent. Sunak then won the Conservative Party leadership. Elon Musk, a multi-billionaire who established SpaceX, co-founded PayPal, and was one of the first investors in Tesla, achieved worldwide fame after acquiring Twitter in a row for $44 billion in 2022. Following the dismissal of Twitter's top executives, including CEO Parag Agrawal, CFO Ned Siegel, and Director of Legal Policy, Trust, and Safety Vijaya Gadde, he gained full control of the company and began running it. He tweeted after making his purchase that the bird is released. However, since Musk began firing them, Twitter employees have yet to experience those happy times. He voiced concerns and demanded that the workers put in extra hours. As a result, since the takeover, a growing number of users have left the microblogging platform in protest. Every country adheres to the ideals of right and left-wing politics. Left-wing politics are liberal, whereas right-wing politics are conservative. Therefore, after years of shifting to the right, global politics have begun to shift to the left once more. The largest triumph for the left in 2022 came from Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva in Brazil on October 30, who narrowly defeated far-right leader Jair Bolsonaro to terminate his divisive term. This victory came after Democrats won in the United States. Did you realize? Before becoming president in barely 3 years, Lula da Silva was imprisoned after being found guilty of corruption. He was released in 2019 after serving approximately a year and a half in prison because Brazil's Supreme Court ruled that the original judge in the case was biased and overturned his conviction. At this rate, there will be more than 10 billion people on the planet by the end of the century, up from 2.5 billion in 1950 and 8 billion in 2022. The amount of people is increasing dramatically. In 2022, the world population will surpass 8 billion, with India accounting for the majority of this growth, as per UN. The final score included 177 million from India. Vinay Mabansag, a girl born in Tonda, Manila, was regarded as the 8 billionth person. The number is symbolic as it is hard to calculate the exact number worldwide. In 2023, India is anticipated to surpass China as the world's most populated country. By 2050, the population of these 8 nations, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, and the United Republic of Tanzania, will have increased significantly.